With incredibly speedy developments and inventions around the world, it won't be shocking if one day some skyscraper is transparent and only visible to some limited privileged people. There have been some fantastic skyscraper concepts and ideas that are too good to be accurate and are struggling hard to be true. Hi you all, and welcome back to our channel, Mega Projects and Skyscrapers. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel to watch some of the most fun and exciting videos. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified by our new uploads daily. Today, in this video, we will tell you about some of the most insane skyscraper concepts that have been discovered and trying to come to life. Watch this video till the end, as these superb concepts will blow your mind and make you question everything. Don't believe us? Watch it for yourself and let me know if these concepts didn't leave you stunned. Here we go. Number 5. Aequorea. This takes the concept of skyscrapers into a whole new dimension where the world would be upside down. A Belgian architect plans to take the plastic floating in the sea and transform it into a futuristic skyscraper city nearly a mile below the water's surface. Architect Vincent Calabao has designed a skyscraper that would be submerged underwater rather than reaching skyward. Each ocean scraper, dubbed Aequorea, would house up to 20,000 people and would get a depth of 3,280 feet and consist of 250 floors. In addition to housing, the buildings would feature offices, hotels, farms, sports fields, and science labs. Planned to be situated off the coast of Rio de Janeiro, renderings show its jellyfish-like geometry that would allow it to remain unaffected by high currents, storms, earthquakes, and other natural water movement. The outer layer would be thicker to compensate for the strain caused by the water pressure, said Calabao. Entirely self-sufficient, water for the complex would be desalinated for drinking, and instead of fossil fuels, renewable energy sources would be used. Microalgae would recycle organic waste, and light from the surface would reach living quarters using bioluminescence. And to breathe underwater, people would use gill masks, according to Calabao. This concept of Aequorean was quite out of the box at the time it was discovered. However, in today's era, living under the sea isn't a new and rare concept. A wave of underwater hotels like the Atlantis, the Palm in Dubai is popping up, and plans are underway to develop an underwater hotel called Planet Ocean Underwater. Currently, architecture firms in Malaysia, Netherlands, Belgium, and the Japanese are working on concepts of building these floating cities and making them completely eco-friendly. Number 4. Tour Sans Fins. The Tour Sans Fins, which translates to Endless Tower, was a tower planned in La Défense that has been since cancelled. Just like its name, was its design plan. The idea was that this tower has no ends, even if one looked up or down, hence ends and not end. The tower was meant to have a very original design, having the shape of a cylinder. The building's base was very dark, becoming more transparent as it approached the sky, thus giving the sensation of the tower disappearing. At its base, the tower would have gone several levels down below the earth, like a crater, and would have ended with a tuned mass damper absorbing vibrations on its top. Elevators were to be located on the sides, allowing for panoramic views during ascent and allowing the offices to occupy the center. In addition to the economic crisis of the early 1990s, technical reasons resulted in the project being cancelled, despite 20 million French francs being already spent to achieve the impression of the tower just disappearing into the sky. A wide range of material were to be used in its construction: unpolished black granite, anthracite granite, polished mica, polished aluminum, polished stainless steel, reflective glass, tinted glass, silkscreen glass, and finally clear glass. As Jean Nouvel said, "You don't quite know where the cylinder begins and ends, because it rises from excavation and dissipates into the sky." Just imagine how wonderful it would have been to be able to encounter a building that has no end. Heaven vibes. Number 3. Dynamic Tower. Would you want to live in a building where each floor rotates 360 degrees in either direction? Architect David Fisher, who first pitched the concept back in 2008, seems to think so. The 80-story, the 1,273-foot tower would also also feature a central core elevator large enough for tenants to transport their vehicles to their floor. Horizontal wind turbines between floors and roof-mounted solar panels would power the building. Similar to the Suite Vollard, completed in 2001 in Brazil, each floor is designed to rotate independently, resulting in a changing shape of the tower. Each floor is designed to turn a maximum of 6 meters per minute, or one full rotation in 180 minutes. Oh my god, how amazing it would have been to see the surroundings with a different perspective on every floor. This concept is hands down quite tricky and complicated, but worth every effort. The entire tower is proposed to be powered by wind turbines and solar panels. Enough surplus electricity should be produced to power 5 other similar-sized buildings in the vicinity. The turbines would be located between each of the rotating floors. Fisher said that they could generate up to 1.2 million kilowatt hours of energy each year. The solar panels are expected to cover the roof and the top of each floor. Sadly, we'll have to wait longer for this concept because as of 2021, construction has not started and there has been no official announcement of the building site. Number 2. Earthscraper. The pharaohs, the great dynastic rulers of Egypt, built pyramid structures above ground as tombs for themselves, as way stations to immortality. These creations are some of the most outstanding human achievements in history. Some pyramids were built more than 4,500 years ago and required rulers with great wealth and influence. That is when an incredible idea struck some masterminds in Mexico City. The idea for Earthscrapers came about when architects sought to increase the space available in this historic square. The only way to meet stringent building and preservation criteria and preserve was to build an underground structure. BNKR architects chose the inverted pyramid due to its ability to maintain structural integrity. The Earthscraper will descend nearly 1,000 feet below the surface and potentially house up to 100,000 people. The Earthscraper is considered an innovation in architecture, but it is not without its skeptics. The concept has merits in dealing with large city issues like population growth, limiting urban sprawl, and maintaining open spaces. But because the idea is so new, there are no laws or guidelines for building downward in a city area, and unforeseen problems could arise that could jeopardize the surrounding historic buildings. Sadly, we have not been blessed with any Earthscrapers for now, but with more and more ideas and technological advances coming up, we might get to see this concept in real life soon. Number 1. The Big Bend. It is precisely what you're thinking after hearing its name. The Big Bend desires not to be the world's tallest skyscraper, but the world's longest at 4,000 feet. The U-shaped building is the brainchild of Ioannis Economou with Ohio Studio. Instead of sticking straight up to the sky, the building would rise from one base and bend over like an archway to its other floor. The Big Bend is a conceptual skyscraper vision for Billionaires Row in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. The proposal is a very tall and slender building with a peak height above the ground that would be more than 600 meters. This would make it a mega tall building and the tallest building in New York City, surpassing One World Trade Center by 200 feet. Traversal of the Big Bend would be possible with an elevator that can travel in curves and horizontally in a continuous loop. Ohio Studio has stated that the technology for such an elevator is close to being a reality. The Big Bend's U-shape was conceived as an attempt to circumvent zoning regulations restricting skyscrapers' height in Manhattan and respond to the proliferation of luxury super tall skyscrapers in the area. Ioannis Economou has said that the building can become a modest architectural solution to the height limitations of Manhattan. The construction date is unknown, but the Big Bend will take Manhattan's skyline above the curve when it arrives. It would be a treat to sore eyes to be able to see a building bend down, more like a building doing yoga. So, aren't these concepts just mind-blowing? The comment section below, let us know which of these concepts did you find the most thrilling. My personal favorite is Big Bend. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If so, we would appreciate a like and subscribe to our channel. Remember, if you are not subscribed, you are missing out. If you liked it, make sure you don't forget to give it a thumbs up.